Our car reviewer Matas is in Riga, capital of Latvia, and 2014 capital of European culture. Since the country's accession to the European Union a decade ago, its car buyers have shown an increased interest in Western European brands, such as Opel. The Opel Adam model now comes in the souped-up Rocks edition. Out and about in Riga, the Adam Rocks provides a zippy, nippy ride. The handling is made easier by its modest length of just 3.75 meters and punchy little engine. And check out the action up above. Matas' personal highlight in the Adam Rocks is the electric sunroof, which is a standard feature. That rocks. So let's open up this baby. The 1-liter Ecotec engine generates 85 kilowatts, but burns just 5.1 liters of fuel for 100 kilometers. Top speed is 196 kilometers per hour. In contrast to other 3-cylinder engines, the newly developed 1-liter unit in the Adam Rocks is low on vibration, very quiet, not like the run-of-the-mill 3-cylinder engine. So what's the secret of the sophisticated little power plant? Opel started from scratch with each component, explains Chief Engineer Matthias Alt, all to minimize noisiness. His team wanted to resolve the noise at the source, the engine, instead of extra insulation. And this engine is the only one in this car class with a balance shaft to lower vibrations to a negligible level. The Adam is billed as a champion of customization. Its buyers practically become designers, choosing among 15 body and 6 roof colors. The Rocks edition also comes with tough-looking plastic bumpers all over, at the front, on the fenders, side skirts, and rear. The result is a brightly colored city runaround with a pumped-up SUV look. On the outside, it has an off-road look, but with front-wheel drive, it can only actually drive on proper roads. But what exactly is a proper road? Here in Riga, there are plenty of tricky cobblestones to master, so you do get a bit of that off-road feel. Open sesame. Let's take a look inside. There are comfortable seats with a dash with an array of custom settings and slick-looking controls. Looking like an off-roader doesn't make you an off-roader, says Matis. But the Opel Adam Rocks doesn't intend to be. This is a cute little crossover for the city, and it's done very well on the lovely cobbles of Riga. Matas' favorite aspect is the huge roof, but you knew that already. For Matas at least, this Adam rocks. If you fancy exploring the urban jungle in this crossover style hatchback, prices in Germany start at just under 16,000 euros. Volkswagen is introducing the new version of the Touareg. Its design has been sharpened up in front and back, but most importantly, its technology has advanced with, for example, more economical V6 TDI engines. We'll test the 3-liter TDI in the more powerful version with 193 kilowatts and terrain tech equipment. The company says the car consumes only 6.9 liters of diesel per 100 kilometers. For off-road driving, pneumatic suspension lifts the Touareg's underbody to a height of 30 centimeters, giving the wheels more space and preventing scraping. The front has been given an A-line design. The radiator grille has the horizontal slats typical of VW. There's chrome even on the skirts. After all, the Touareg wants to look stylish, even when it gets down and dirty. We joined the actor Rolf Müller on an off-road course. After a brief introduction, he's off to see how the Touareg performs. In Germany, few SUVs are actually taken off-road regularly. But the Terrain Tech package, with its greater ground clearance and a variable all-wheel drive with reduction gearing, does increase the Touareg's off-road prowess. Maneuvers that would be daring in other cars are child's play in the Touareg. Rolf Müller has just descended and reascended a steep grade. He says the Touareg is a dream of a car. Whether on or off the road, it looks sleeky, elegant, and is reliable in rough terrain. He says it's a perfect car, as he puts it, for during the workday or in the evening. That's an important consideration for an actor who is often in the limelight in Hollywood. In its more elaborate variant, called Exclusive, the Touareg's interior is a fitting ambience for jeans and a flannel shirt, or for ladies and gentlemen in evening wear. VW has given the controls a more elegant appearance as well. But in Germany, the Touareg's primary appeal is its versatility and robustness. So we went to Sophie Hilt's riding stables for her to see how the Touareg does as an animal chauffeur. The rearview camera makes maneuvering toward the horse trailer a piece of cake. Just a few twists of the wrist and the trailer is ready to roll. When Sophie reaches 1,750 RPMs, she'll have 580 Newton-meters of torque at her disposal. So even with a trailer, the Touareg has no trouble getting going. Now for a quick look under the hood. VW's Matthias Gerhardi says the V6 TDI engine found in 90% of the Touareg sold in Europe has been markedly improved with a stop-start function and the sailing mode, reducing fuel consumption by 0.6 of a liter per 100 kilometers. In Europe, Volkswagen offers a hybrid version in addition to the diesel. The hybrid engine produces 245 kilowatts and gets by with 8.2 liters of fuel per 100 kilometers. The price for the hybrid is about 77,500 euros in Germany. Audi introduces its latest generation of the Audi TT. The body is now 4.18 meters long, so a millimeter shorter than its similar predecessor. The wheelbase is broader by 3.7 centimeters, thanks to the modular transverse matrix, or MQB. From the front, it's like an R8, while the most striking feature is the new-look LED matrix headlights. The Audi TT starts selling at 35,000 euros. Renault's Eolab experiment is aiming to achieve fuel consumption of 1 liter per 100 kilometers. Eolab is about the size of a Clio, but 400 kilograms lighter thanks to weight-conscious construction. At high speeds, smart aerodynamics take the car lower to the ground and close openings in the rims. The Eolab is a hybrid vehicle with two modes, one for short, the other for long distances. In short distance mode, the car is powered by electricity exclusively and can travel up to 120 kilometers. Ideas from Eolab are to be gradually introduced in Renault's series models. Mercedes-Benz is presenting the self-driving Future Truck 2025 at the IAA for commercial vehicles. It's supposed to revolutionize shipping. Mercedes is also leading when it comes to green technology. Wolfgang Bernhard of Mercedes says the company has made substantial progress in reducing truck fuel consumption. He adds the company is proud to offer a vehicle that makes them the industry leader in terms of gas mileage. The future truck already drives itself successfully at speeds of up to 80 kilometers an hour. Radar and camera sensors mean that a network, other reference vehicles, or central control are unnecessary. The Future Truck 2025 is a perfect combination of technology and design. Gordon Wagner of Mercedes says good design always goes hand in hand with functionality. He points out the LEDs which shine through the paint. The headlights and the radiator grille light up, and when the truck is driving itself, it communicates with its surroundings. A safety feature that will soon be on offer is a blind spot assistant that can save lives. Wolfgang Bernhardt says they've introduced the blind spot monitor for safety. He says more and more people are being injured or killed by turning vehicles. It will warn drivers early on of pedestrians and people in the danger zone. It's another safety feature that gives cyclists and pedestrians an additional degree of safety.
Das heißt also, weiterer Punkt an Sicherheit, speziell Fahrradfahrer, Fußgänger, bekommen damit ein erhebliches zusätzliches Maß an Sicherheit.
Mercedes also wants to hit it big in terms of sales volume for vehicles for small companies. The new Vito is luxurious as well as being safe and useful. And the Mercedes Sprinter offers even more space. It and the VW Golf are the only vehicles whose name represents an entire class. The small van market is lucrative and growing. At the IAA, Opel is introducing its Vivaro station wagon. It's longer than the Vivaro and seats up to 9 people. In addition to the bus version, the Vivaro is also offered as a platform chassis for many configurations. It's available in 2 lengths. Wolfgang Schultz of Opel says the company has a tradition of offering the Vivaro as a station wagon and small delivery van. The small vans sell in greater numbers than station wagons, but the company doesn't intend to give up on them. He adds that Opel knows the importance of many imaginative solutions on offer for small commercial transport vehicles. One of them is a trap door under the passenger seat. It's a place to store boards that are longer than the cargo area. MAN is presenting its new top model, TGX D38, a truck that can generate up to 640 horsepower. It's to be used on steep gradients and tough routes. Josef Kellerer of MAN says heavy goods traffic will become more widespread and cargo deliveries are guaranteed to increase. MAN has precisely analyzed the market and determined a need is developing for trucks with more than 500 horsepower. The vehicle is MAN's new flagship, and they're proud to present something at the IAA that meets the precise needs of this customer group. But price and fuel consumption are just as important as horsepower. Kellerer says top models in efficiency keep costs down and are offered in Efficient Line 2, which is being introduced for the first time at the IAA. Its fuel economy is 6.5% better than the model that preceded it. Alternative engines will take a share of the market. Following the US, China, and other European countries, Germany has approved buses that run on natural gas. The European Union is providing project support for developments in this market. Robert Steimer of Erdgas Mobil says natural gas-powered buses are just as reliable and meet the same standards as diesels. He adds that that's not true of other alternative drives, for example, e-vehicles.
Antriebsarten, die es heute gibt, Stichwort E-Mobility, sagen kann.
Volkswagen is showing a large number of VW bus and van models. The market for small and compact commercial vehicles requires a wide range of features to meet a broad array of individual demands. It's a challenge for manufacturers. They're using market information to shape the VWs of the future. Our new TriStar is a combination of all the good features that our VWs have as basics. There's something there for the head as well as the heart. According to VW, the TriStar is as multifunctional as a Swiss Army knife, and that's the way the new snub nose is being introduced. It's set to make its world premiere at the Auto Show in Geneva. A luxury class coupe doesn't have to have a gasoline engine, says car tester Sascha Knapp. Try out the BMW 640D. It has almost the same performance characteristics as the 640i. For example, 230 kilowatts of power and identical acceleration from 0 to 100, 5.3 seconds. The big advantage of the 640D over the 640i is that it saves a lot of fuel, and today we'll see how much. BMW 6 Series is already in its third generation. Along with the two-door coupe, there is the corresponding convertible and a four-door hardtop version. Today, we're examining the two-door hardtop. Our model is equipped with the M Sport Edition package. Part of that package is improved aerodynamics to underscore the sportiness of the 6 Series. The front makes an elegant impression. The large air intakes in the skirt give it a dynamic flair. Adaptive LED headlights that always provide optimal illumination are also part of the M Sport Edition. The chrome-trimmed door handles fit perfectly into the car's lines, which rise toward the back on the sides. A diffuser with two exhaust pipes is the sporty finishing touch. Tilting the logo opens the trunk, which is roomy enough for everyday use. Sascha says the trump card is here, a diesel engine that consumes only 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers. The gasoline version needs a lot more, 7.8 liters. The 3-liter diesel engine produces a powerful 630 newton-meters of torque. Here, too, it beats the gasoline engine's 450 newton-meters. Our car tester says one drawback of the 640D is that its engine doesn't sound good. If a purring engine is what you want, get the gasoline-powered version. The M Sport Edition has special door sill panels and a textured leather steering wheel. Flowing lines and a stark black and white contrast make for an attractive ambience that downright envelops the driver and passenger. Leather bucket seats are standard, of course. 16 upmarket loudspeakers distributed fore and aft ensure optimal sound for music. The only thing that bothers Sascha is that the seat belt is placed a little too far back, so you have to twist hard to reach it. In Germany, the M Sport Edition costs 6,300 euros more than the same model with standard equipment. And here are the specs of our BMW 640D at a glance. The car launches from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 5.3 seconds. Its top speed is 250 kilometers an hour. The sporty, elegant car, in an extra luxury version, will take you back 85,000 euros in Germany. A car tester is persuaded. At the normal fuel consumption rate, the car's 70-liter fuel tank has a range of 1,200 kilometers. Sasha says there is still some diesel in the tank, so he's going to go for another spin. In 1947, Ferdinand Porsche and his son Ferry constructed the car that would make their family name iconic, the 356. A legend was born. The revolutionary new model was a top performer on the racetrack and the commercial market. Once the 356 had made it, explains former sports car star Jürgen Barth, they went up to the next level, and that was sports cars, which include the 550 Spider. The Spider was itself inspired by the Glöckler Porsche, built by Frankfurt VW dealer Walter Glöckler. The Porsche-powered independent construction was a three-time winner of the German sports car championships. Porsche's own engineers envisaged the 550 Spider as the perfect aerodynamic racing car, ultra-light and with minimal drag, just like the wing of a plane. The slim, low body was reduced to a streamlined cladding of the engine and chassis. The engineers adopted the front suspension, steering, wheels, and brakes from the Porsche 356. The Spider's pounding heart was the Fuhrmann engine. It had 4 camshafts and 8 spark plugs distributed across 4 cylinders. The air-cooled Boxer engine generated a respectable 110 horsepower from its modest 1.5-liter displacement. The Carrera Panamericana in Mexico. 1954 was chosen as the stage to demonstrate the new Porsche's power. The makers were lacking funds to finance entry in the race, so Racing Department Chief Huschke von Hanstein turned the open road rally into a runway. Huschke von Hanstein found an inventive way of funding the 550 Spider's first competitive action, explains 70s Porsche star Jürgen Barth. The first factory cars he sent across the Atlantic were sold immediately after competition. In the Panamericana's case, that helped to finance the transportation and logistics costs. And Huschke, the racing baron as he was called, also came up with the idea of painting the logos of 2 big-money sponsors on a Spider, a first in the motorsports world. The little 550 Spiders finished in the high-profile 3rd and 4th spots, beaten only by 2 12-cylinder Ferraris. Plus, the Spider drove in a commanding victory in its class. Porsche's many successes on the track back then with the 356 and 550 had a direct impact on the sales of its commercial models. It was the best marketing tool Porsche could have found. The Porsche 550 joined in the official sales program, and it immediately became a hit among the rich and the famous. All that performance and prestige came at a price. Umberto Maglioli took to the wheel of the new Porsche 550 at the 1956 Targa Florio. He trounced the competition, winning almost 15 minutes ahead of the rest. It was the Spider's first overall victory at a major international race. The Porsche 550 Spider also gained negative headlines in 1955. It's 5:58 p.m. on September 30th, and James Dean is on his way to competing in a weekend sports car race in Northern California. His mechanic friend Wolf Wurterich suggests he break in his brand new Porsche 550 Spider on the way to Salinas instead of trailering it. The actor, still just 24, has a penchant for high-performance automobiles. After finishing filming for Giant, he swaps his Porsche Speedster for a 550 Spider. At 5:59, Dean is speeding along Route 466. A Ford cuts across him, the driver apparently failing to see Dean's gray car in the gathering dust. The infamous crash and death of the iconic star would play a leading role in the legend of the 550 Spider.